Cavill. I'm here at Tall Cedars Hall, located in Parkville, Maryland. Just witnessed the EWA Rage in the Cage interviewing one of the managers, Vinnie Versace. How long have you been associated with EWA?
Pretty much since, I guess, 2002, 2003, one of their first shows. I start with the lighting, the music, all that good stuff that gets you in. I've been friends with Eagle for probably since 2000, 1999, somewhere in there. So he got me in just helping out and worked it from there.
Who was some of your influences growing up?
Hulk Hogan, of course. Just like anyone my age, I'm 29, by the way, but Hulk Hogan, of course, growing up was like a superhero. You know, and then as I got older and realized some of the more technical aspects of wrestling, Bret Hart was my #1 guy.
Does your character relate to you in real life?
I've been told I can relate to the character somewhat. I'm kind of jerkish, smartass at times, I've been told. But it's like at most characters, it's me turned up to 11, you know? It's like, just go stronger, say what I feel, but add like a little more to it, like, so I like it.
How did you think of your character?
How do I just, like, I try to pattern myself after like a Bobby Heenan type, where it's like, I try to keep the focus off me as much as possible, and I never want to look strong. That's one of my big things. Like, some people are, like, I did we did a free show for the kids' summer camp, and like, I wanted to put over one of the kids, because I thought the other kids that we were trying to sell the summer camp to would be like, oh my god, that kid won. And a couple people are like, are you sure you want to lose to like a 12-year-old? Like, no, I want to lose to a 12-year-old. I should never win, I should never look strong, I should always get my ass kicked. That's what it should be.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Honestly, this is where I'm happy. I've never really tried to work other promotions, just because first, I don't have the time. I'm a busy guy in real life, and don't want to travel too much. And it's kind of hard for managers to get on shows. You kind of have to know someone, and like, blood sometimes goes to West Virginia and stuff, but I've been there once, just haven't really made it out there too much.
Who are your favorite pro wrestlers, past and present?
Past Hogan and Bret for sure. Shawn Michaels, of course. Ric Flair I was kind of a fan of, but growing up it was all WWF all the time, so WCW, NWA didn't really exist to me. And, currently, not so much. I like Japanese wrestling, I follow that a lot. Tanahashi, I'm not sure if you're familiar. Prince Devitt, he's really good. CM Punk's good, I like him. For the most part now, the current stuff I barely watch. I'll catch a pay-per-view at the bar with some friends, but that's about it.
What has been your highlight of your wrestling/managerial career so far?
Good question. I got kicked by King Kong Bundy once. That was kind of cool. It's like thinking when I was a kid, imagining that happening is like ridiculous. And he was really nice too. It's cool. It's pretty much it. Just working shows in front of fans. I mean, that's something as a kid you always wanted to be a part of. Working a show with Jake the Snake Roberts, that was amazing. He showed someone in the back how to throw a chop, and I was the lucky recipient. So that was fun. Not really, but it's a good story to tell people.
If you had any advice for somebody pursuing a wrestling career, what would they be?
Just do whatever you can for the promotion. You know, show up, help set up, help tear down, put up the lights, do the music, whatever to get your foot in the door. If you want to be a wrestler, then of course train. And you can train to be a manager too at the EWA Pain Factory. I've spent some time there myself because the managers have to take bumps too. Not as often, obviously. And if you've seen my bumping, it's not that spectacular. But just go to the Pain Factory and put your time in.
Have you ever, well, you never worked for any wrestling federations, but have you ever thought about working for any other federations?
Maybe when I was younger. I just had a kid and I just don't have the time. Like, I'm really busy with like working all the time and stuff like that. So I like my once a month like recreational wrestling career, if you want to call it a career.
Describe the most physical moment you have had in your wrestling career.
Good question. Actually, I'll go back to that kid story. He was going to hit me with his finish, and I didn't know what it was. Because he didn't even know he was going over. I told him during the match. He tagged in and was like, finish me. He's like, well, I was like, finish me, don't worry about it. So he goes to the top and does a double stomp. And like the whole time I'm like, I hope this kid knows what he's doing. Oh, no, scratch that. A couple of years ago, blood turned on me, and which was a big mistake on his part, but he went to the top and did a senton splash and bruised my ribs. So that was fun.
Why do you like being a comedic heel, like the fans like to?
See, I don't think a comedic heel is a true heel. I don't want anyone out there to like me. I don't want anyone to think that Versace, he's a good guy, he makes me laugh. I want them to be like, he is a jerk, and I want him to get punched in the face. So when it does happen, that's kind of one of the big problems with wrestling nowadays. It's the whole heel face thing. I don't know if it's the fans just don't want to get into it as much, but it's just everyone wants to be like popular, I guess. But not me, I want everyone to be like, that guy, he's a jerk.
The last question is, what managers in the past relate to you?
I try as best as I can to be like Bobby Heenan. I mean, I'm nowhere near Bobby Heenan's level, of course. I wish I was, but him definitely. Jimmy Hart, of course, one of the classics. Jim Cornette, I'm kind of iffy. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of NWA, but I liked him in WWF and stuff. And looking back at old stuff, I like him. Who we got? Definitely not Mr. Fuji. I didn't like him too much. He never really did anything. But yeah, those three are like the core of who I would try to be like. Hope to be. Because no one thought Jimmy Hart was funny. You know? Bobby Heenan sometimes is funny, but more later towards his like commentating days. But so yeah, Jimmy Hart, Bobby Heenan, Jim Cornette.
Alright, once again, this is Vinnie Versace. I'm Jason Hevel. This will be going up on YouTube shortly. Stay tuned for more videos.